Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Another week of Premier League football has passed us by. Lots of L's, lots of big L's, and lots of bottling taking place this week. Many from the title contenders or title pretenders, we like to call them. Let's start off with the regulars here. Let's go to Mr. Tuchel Sexual himself, Will. Will, what are you saying, Will?
I'm good. How are you?
No, I'm good. Everything's going good. After you scraped past Tottenham, and then of course that.
Great domination.
And then you dominated Sheffield United 2-1, even though they could have easily had the goal. But, it's part of the Tuchel process, you see.
Yeah, I mean, we actually have a good manager, unlike you. So listen, I'm actually confident.
Oh, okay. Listen, we'll talk about that later. And we also got one of the best editors on YouTube, king of editing, the Grim Reaper of football editing. It's 2K FIFA Reaper.
I love you, bro.
What's going on, bro?
What's good, my G? Yo, just happy to be back on the show, man. I try to make it as much as possible. Yeah, we have one of the waviest intros on YouTube as well.
Bro, keep on the editors, bro. That edit was slick.
We're trying, bro. We're trying, G.
Trying, and you're growing, bro. You're growing. And now we've got someone who decided to turn up. The first Liverpool fan that's turned up all week, after they got absolutely whipped at home. It's Sonny from the Football Addiction on YouTube. How's it going, Sonny?
Well, in terms of football, not great, but in life, yeah, it's all right. It's all right.
And everyone else, we've got a special guest this weekend, or this week. It's the United fan, Ibs. How you feeling, bro? You've been West Ham?
Good. Yeah, I'm good. Just been watching the game. Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Loving the setup, bro. We're loving the setup.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's great stuff. All right. The first game of this Premier League week was, of course, Arsenal taking an L to Aston Villa 1-0. After the second minute of the game, Ollie Watkins scored a fluky goal. So let's start off with the Arsenal fans here first. We'll go to 2K. Bro, what happened?
Just a moment of non-concentration. That was like the biggest thing. A moment of non-concentration. I think in terms of creating wise, we've been dead creating chances this season. But in terms of creatively, like yesterday, I think that was one of our best performances creating wise of the season. We didn't score, but creating chances, clear-cut chances. I feel like Pepe had chances to run at the defense consistently. I feel as if I can see something in terms of how well we progressed going forward yesterday. So the result, because this season's a transitional season, so for me to be looking at the Premier League still is like, dude, come on, like we're done and dusted in the Premier League, bro. It's the Europa League. So if I'm being honest, like I'm looking at it and I'm saying this, like that game was just a game showing the progress. Now every game I want to be seeing progress. I literally want to see progress every game or see tactical things from Arteta to be like, all right, cool, I can see what you're doing here. Kind of like how Liverpool fans felt about Klopp in his first season.
Listen, I was watching the game.
Is that what we want to compare it to? Is it?
Okay. Hey, that's the carbon copy. Arteta is not Jurgen Klopp. He doesn't have the pedigree that Jurgen Klopp came into. But in terms of like how much time he's gonna get, because we both have American owners and all that stuff, I mean, that's kind of the blueprint you got to go with.
Listen, I was watching the game with Gal, and he went off on Cedric and Matt Ryan. Was Cedric to blame for that goal?
I mean, the pass should be a little harder, yes, but Gabriel should have dealt with that better.
I mean, yeah, well, why is he not blaming Gabriel?
Yeah, exactly. He should have dealt with that better. For one, he should have reacted to the pass better, in my opinion. But let's say even that, he shouldn't have let the defender just skip right by him. And then he should have done better in closing down the cross coming in. Like all those aspects, I think Gabriel wasn't good in. But because Gabriel's a darling, because he's been good for most of the season, we're not gonna look at his mistakes. That was a mistake on Gabriel just as much as it was for Cedric. And Matt Ryan was perfect in that game, in my opinion. You're not gonna save every shot. Not to mention it was close range and there was a deflection. Like there's not much you could do as a keeper at that point.
Listen, we're gonna go to someone who, let's say, he's not the biggest Arsenal fan. Will, what was your thoughts on the game on Saturday morning?
To be honest, yeah, all jokes aside, like Villa are a good team. They're not a joke. And I thought you did create chances, but you just couldn't score. And I think it's very harsh on the goalkeeper to criticise him because it was very close range and
made good saves as well.
Yeah, he was great apart from that.
So who took the most blame out of that game on Saturday? Is it Willian? Because listen, every game, if Willian does something wrong, you know what? I'm going to put all the blame on him, like me and Igal do. Because every time we see this guy on the pitch, all Arsenal fans, you know what? It's just an L. We're playing with 10 men. Like we said against Man United last week. I said we're playing 9v12, 9v13 because the referee is playing for Man United and Willian is playing for Man United. So you know what? We're down a man every game. Ibs, what was your thoughts on Arsenal right now? And what should we do?
Yeah, I don't know. With Arsenal, it's just about you have the players. I think you actually have the players who can compete. But I think just need to step up. Obviously, last few weeks, I think Pepe has been like one of your standout players alongside Smith Rowe. But then it just came down to a mistake from Cedric, led to the goal, and you just couldn't score. And yeah, if you just I think Arsenal just need to take their chances. I don't think you can complain maybe you don't have the players, you don't have the depth, but the starting 11 on their day, they can be quite a good team.
Would you disappointed that you didn't beat Arsenal last week? I mean, yeah,
Arsenal always turn up against Man U. That's your cup final against us. That's the game that you guys look up to. So
our cup final.
That is literally your cup final playing us. That's what I've literally.
Do you know
you won't play that well against any other team.
I mean, I don't know, man. Haven't you guys not beaten us like the last 5 years?
Yeah,
like some crazy stat like that.
Yeah, we haven't beaten you, but where have you turned up?
So,
where have you been in the league?
So my question is, that means it's one-sided, yes? Like in the last 5-6 years, it's been pretty one-sided.
Yeah, it has.
And wait, quick question, just so I'm clarified. Like we've been terrible in the last 5-6 years, yes? And it's been one-sided every time we played you.
That's your one game you turn up. That's literally the one game you turn up.
Really?
Literally.
Good talk.
But yeah, anyway, as I was saying, Arsenal, I think your starting 11 on its day can be one of the best, especially with your front three, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Pepe.
I can't say I agree with that, but
if on their day they can be lethal, but we haven't seen the best of Pepe. We haven't seen the best yet.
Bro. We need to kill that Aubameyang talk on the wing, bro. We need to kill that. Unless we're playing a team where we're gonna sit back. I'm sorry, we need to kill that.
Listen, TK, how long would you give this manager now? Because some people have given him a second chance. I know according to some people he's blew it again. What would you say about Mikel Arteta?
Bro, people think I'm stupid, but if it was me, like there's managers in the Prem that are very underrated. Like I think very, very underrated. Like, I'm sorry. I feel like if I was to get rid of Mikel Arteta, the first manager I'm getting is Rafa Benitez. But if I wasn't getting Rafa Benitez, number 2 man, I would either honestly. I watch Arsenal because of the beautiful attacking football. So this fossil football isn't for me, bro. You know what I mean? Listen, bro. If we're being real, like Arsenal in the Emirates era, if the man we should be looking at is one of 2 names in the Premier League, if we had to go cheaper, Ralph Hasenhüttl, forget the 9-0 for 2 minutes. Forget the 9-0 for 2 minutes. Ralph Hasenhüttl and Graham Potter. Those are the 2 men we should be looking at.
How can you take that risk?
I'm serious. You said
Graham
what?
Potter's a good manager. Yeah.
No.
Great manager.
The 9-0 was last week. How can we forget about it? It was the biggest defeat in the Premier League. 2 times.
Bro, listen, bro. Do you see how bold that man is? How expensive he is with Southampton?
Yeah, but surely if you take him, that's taking another risk. Arsenal can't afford to take another risk.
We just took a risk. We've taken 3. I'm sorry. Emery was a calculated risk, but it was a risk. You said what?
It's too many at this point. Surely you should just go for the most proven available.
It should be Rafa, but we're not going to do that.
Listen,
I mean, if we're being real, Rafa Benitez would be the smartest because look, Rafa Benitez for one is coming from Newcastle, like that's his last job. 2, that ownership is terrible in itself, and 3, he's not going to get a bigger job than us, and he's used to dealing with boards that don't actually spend money. So if we're being real, Rafa Benitez is the smartest man for the job in terms of proven, in terms of everything. But we're not going to do that. We're Arsenal Football Club. So, I mean, realistically, we're going to go for a cheaper option. If we're going cheaper, I'm taking Ralph Hasenhüttl, bro. Do you know how bold that man is? How bold he is in terms of, like, how he sets his team up. I want to play beautiful attacking football,
listen,
bro. We're not going to
we were bold on the Arsenal wing, and every time we went up to a away team like Man City, Liverpool, we lost 5-1 or 6-3. So, and people wanted him out. So what would you say about that?
Sam, bro, you forgot we got moved to by Southampton, bro. At home. We got moved to. Like they came. Like it was like, yo, when we played Ralph, it was like bringing a knife to a gunfight, bro. Like they came prepared. They sat Walcott deep on the halfway line. Like he sets up with good tactics. And if I'm being honest, bro, Arteta's not really bold enough a lot of the times going forward. Ralph Hasenhüttl will be very bold. And if we're being honest, you get players like Thomas Partey to Ralph Hasenhüttl, players that actually would make his attacking system stick more in terms of the base and solidity, we'd be way better. But the problem is he has just like some B-Tech tools, bro. Like, it's like if I go to do a job for you, I'm going to go paint, but I bring like some like slime or some shit. Like I don't have the tools to actually paint your house, bro. That's the problem with Ralph right now, in my opinion.
Let's move on to someone who has good memories of Ralph. Just last week, Ibs. What do you say about Ralph Hasenhüttl? I mean, he gifted you with the best of a Premier League performance.
I think he's a good manager, but I honestly don't know how he has this job. How you can lose 9-0 2 seasons in a row and keep your job.
So
that's
so
unheard of.
About some context here. He lost 9-0, then he went on like a better run than Leicester. He finished like 5th.
Yeah. Come on, dog. That's not fair.
I mean, that is not fair, but I mean, that's what is.
The first time he lost 9-0, he was lucky to not get sacked. But after
yeah, I agree with that. The first time he got 9-0, I really thought he was getting sacked right then and there. He was lucky, yes, to continue his position. But if you look at the run he went on, it was crazy. I mean, you look how he started this season, ridiculous. And then yes, a 9-0 again, which is terrible. But again, if you look at the 9-0s he's received, they've been on the counterattack. You know why they've been getting killed on the counterattack? Is because they don't have the tools to defend the counterattack. Like they just don't have the base in midfield, and they just don't have the tools. So yes, when he's going super bold going forward, he's going to concede goals. Like it's like how Brendan Rodgers in that Liverpool season with Gerrard at the base of the DM. Like they're going to concede goals when you're playing so creative going forward.
Let's ask Sonny this, because you lost Southampton not just last month. What do you say about Hasenhüttl moving to a bigger club?
Well, I think for maybe a Chelsea would work out well because he'll get backed. And I know Southampton obviously he doesn't get the full backing, but like I said, Arsenal can't take that risk, man. Arteta was a big enough risk, and if they do that again with Hasenhüttl and it fails, could you imagine the stick they would be under? It would be crazy.
Listen, I don't want to start this new management thing again. We're halfway through this one, or not even halfway through this one. I don't want to start from square one again. You know what? I'm going to give him this summer transfer window until next November. If we're in the same crappy position, you know what? It's time to go. Like some great legend said.
Sam, there's not many like you, bro. There's not many like
Listen, there's many like me on Arsenal Twitter. There's many like me. Maybe I've been hanging around Egal too much. Maybe this is why I'm like this. I don't know. I got Egalolitis, whatever they call it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's what I got now.
Tyitis, bro. Tyitis.
Listen, if we get a creative midfield this summer, get rid of this Deadwood. Listen, we did get rid of this Deadwood last summer window, but there's still a lot left. And it shows how much you've overpaid for these crappy average players. Like,
yeah, man.
Over £100,000 a week.
Cut them off the books.
Listen, thank God, thank you Liverpool for getting that Cabal guy, because Schalke could get Mustafi, so thank you for that. The next game was Manchester United 3, Everton 3, after going 2-0 up. You bottled it 2-2, but then Captain Moxels came out the wood, headed it in, 3-2 up, but then out of nowhere, he gave away a free kick. Dominic Calvert-Lewin bags another goal, and what's his name? Ben Godfrey saying the F for Harry Maguire in the stadium. Ibs, let's start with you. What happened?
It comes down to a lack of leadership, I'd say. Literally, Harry Maguire, he's not the captain of the club. He's not the leader. And that last goal comes down to who's commanding the back line.
Last time I checked,
you spent 80 million, right?
Pardon?
You spent 80 million on him, right, to be a leader, right?
He is meant to be the leader. That's the thing. We spent 80 million on him. He's meant to command the back line. After that goal went in, every single defender put the arm offside.
All right, so since you spent 80 million on him and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer invested the money in him, do you like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as your manager and who you brought in?
Well, if you spend 80 million on a player, you have to play him. He has to be played. You can't just put him on the bench for no reason.
But also,
even with that, he's better than the people on the bench. To be fair,
yeah, of course, he is better than the people on the bench. But also giving him captaincy. I mean, I think it's
say Ollie's taking that captaincy away from him, that would destroy Maguire. Like that would be it.
Yeah, it is. Obviously, it's a bit too late now. But I mean, obviously at the start we wouldn't have known this would have happened. But at the end of the day, it came down to leadership. I think that game. Obviously, the difference when Pogba came off injured, you can see the difference in quality between Pogba and Fred.
Wait. So So I get everything you just said, right? But like, I feel like you just dodged my question a little bit. So is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to blame for Harry Maguire?
No, of course not.
He's not.
Of course not.
Why isn't he?
Solskjaer can't be blamed for Harry Maguire's performances. Obviously, he can
No.
blame. I think Maguire should be given a rest. He needs to experience being on the bench at least once.
So
That's what I
okay.
would say.
So,
But he is.
better than the one on the bench.
so okay. So a manager. So all right. So tell me if I'm wrong, but if you're a manager and you outlay 80 million pounds on a player, you expect him to perform, right? And if Maguire doesn't perform, it's down to him because you brought that player for your system. Not to mention, if I'm wrong, isn't Harry Maguire like how Ole plays? It's like it doesn't suit Harry Maguire. Am I wrong?
Harry Maguire would be suited on the right side of centre back, but we're playing him on the left side. That doesn't really make sense. The fact is, we needed to get a left-footed centre back. It hasn't really happened. But playing him there, that's his position that he can't be dropped. So the only person he can be dropped is Lindelof. So it's Lindelof, Bailly, or Twanzebe for that other centre back position.
Do you rate Harry Maguire?
Pardon?
You rate Harry Maguire?
I would say on his day he's one of the top defenders. Recently, he's not been up to the cut. He's not at the moment.
Listen, Abe, I got a question for you because many United fans have been saying that if Man United don't win the league title this season in the easiest of seasons to win a league, should Solskjaer be sacked?
No.
Let's go to the
if he gets second, he's good
season,
enough.
man. He's calling it the easiest
listen,
season.
everyone's dropping points. It's so open. I mean,
City are dominant, man. I don't think people are getting this. City are gonna absolutely smash this league.
But at the beginning of the season, you know what? If you
Now
had
we've
a
done.
run of 10 games, 11 games, like every season, like Liverpool did last season of 19 games, City did the season before that with a 14-game win streak, and Chelsea with a 13-game win streak. I mean, you could easily win the title this year.
I can't believe this, bro. Yo, Pep, I'm sorry. Pep deserves even more credit than I think this is going to be more impressive when it's all said and done. And when he wins it, than the record-breaking point season. Reason being is he's doing this without a 20-goal season striker. That hasn't happened in God knows how long in the Premier. I don't know if it's ever happened in my time of watching, like 8, 9, 10 years of watching Premier League football. You know what I mean? So if I'm being real, like he's about to do it with a false nine. You know how disrespectful that is, bro. He's doing it with midfielders. Like that is ridiculous. Like when you put it into perspective, what he's about to do, and it's also like, yo, like you could see things like this working out in Spain, or you know what I mean, these lavish, footballing countries, not the rough hustle and bustle of the Premier League. So it's kind of just different that he's actually doing it in this climate.
It's why he's the best manager of all time as well.
Listen, I want oh my goodness!
I give it to Daddy Jose. That's just me.
Well, you're a Chelsea fan and you go off Guardiola. I mean, Jose is your man, surely.
I give it to Daddy Jose.
I'll say they're joint. I'll say Jose and Pep joint.
Yeah, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Never forget, bro. Jose did a number on the best Barcelona team in history with Inter, like with less pieces. Like, I feel like Jose Mourinho. I don't want to get too off topic, but real quick, I just feel like Jose Mourinho, like the teams he's had, a lot of the teams he's had have not been up to par to Pep's teams, and he's competed just as well. So it's like.
And I don't understand why Tottenham fans give him so much disrespect when he probably will win them a trophy. And I think they should pipe down until they do win a trophy. Yeah, bigger than their club. So,
I think he's finished, right? I think he's finished, but at the same time, I think he's finished at the highest level in terms of.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Like he probably won't get that top elite club again. But
yeah, I think this is his biggest move left.
I don't know. I think we're overreacting because look how good Tottenham were a few weeks ago. Everyone was saying, "Oh, they're the best team. Kane's firing, Son's firing, whole team's playing well. Højbjerg best signing." I think now that they're going through a bad run of form, we might be overreacting. I
just think you can't do that anymore. I think his level of football is non-sustainable for the modern game now. Don't get me wrong. There's managers that do that type of style, kind of just like Simeone. But there's like I've watched Atletico Madrid games before, and Atletico Madrid are playing so on the front foot against teams that are lower than them. When they go against a Barca, where they're inferior, that's the only time they really sit back. So. If I'm being honest, Jose Mourinho is playing that type of football against Burnley and things like that. Like it's so unsustainable because you're relying on 1 or 2 chances a game. You know what I mean? Those chances don't go in. You're always going to be against it.
Listen, I just want to go on Harry Maguire here because for the third goal, he went full Mustafi, was on the onside position, raised his arm up, saying, "You know what? Oh, he's offside. He's offside." Ibs, does everything go on Harry Maguire's shoulder for Saturday?
For the third goal.
Yeah.
I can't just blame just him by itself. Obviously, the first phase of play was giving away the free kick to Anzebi. Okay, that phase has gone away. Then the next phase is defending. As a defensive unit, you should be following your man. And if you're going to play offside, then play it well. Obviously, that was not played well. He was clearly onside. It was literally just a tap in for Calvert-Lewin. I think the whole game came down to, obviously, I said, Fred came on, Pogba came off, and the quality wasn't there. Passes weren't. I mean, just weren't taking chances. I mean, that's how it's been. Like Rashford hasn't been taking chances recently, and we can't just rely on Cavani for every single game.
There's also a pattern of United conceding from set pieces as well, which they need to change. And I sort of put that down a little bit to Ollie and the coaching staff, because this happens time and time again, and it's happening in big moments, and it's costing you games. And that's why I don't think these type of moments. This is why I don't see United winning trophies. I just see them getting consistent top 4 with this team and manager.
I feel like the team is not cohesive. I feel like our team is just a bunch of individuals on the pitch.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
And it's just we just play in moments. Oh, there's a great moment where Rashford scored that, or there's a great moment where Bruno scored.
I want to go to Will here first. Listen, Tuchel Mania is running wild. If you win and you're a couple points behind United, you play them in a couple of weeks. Do you think you'll overtake them this season and finish above them?
We can, but I don't. I'm not really. I just care about top 4. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm not trying to get too ahead of myself, but we'll just see what happens.
What did you say at the start of the season, Will?
Exactly.
Yeah, but a lot of things have happened since then, so I'm just gonna not get too ahead of myself and just take each game as it comes.
I'm sorry, bro. Yo, you know what hurt me this week? Well, not it hurt me. It made me feel good inside. I'm sorry, that David De Gea guy's a fraud, bro. I'm sorry. Like, if I'm being real, like he held you to ransom for what, 350, 375K? And he's making ABC ass mistakes, bro. Like if we're being real, like and he just gives so much nerves to your back line too.
No, I think David De Gea has improved this season compared to last season. I think having Dean Henderson as competition, he has improved. But obviously the mistakes are still there. And that is a problem. That is a concern.
I don't know if his
improvement the thing is, David De Gea is still a top goalkeeper. He's still a top class goalkeeper. Come on, like he's gonna make errors every now and then, but I'm not saying anyone here, but like United fans disrespect him, and then they want an unproven goalkeeper like Dean Henderson in over him. I don't understand. Like,
I just think it's so crazy that he held this club to ransom. He held Man United to ransom for that new contract, 375K bag. Yeah, I'm starting to hate anyone that's getting that bag, bro. Because most people just literally flop right after they get it. Like, I'm sorry, Aubameyang's been missing in action since he's got the bag. Listen, bro, soon people are gonna start looking like Saeed, bro. I'm chilling. You feel me? So I'm thinking, like, dude, he got the bag. He literally held them to ransom. And then on top of that, he's been putting in stinkers ever since.
Nah, we need to respect De Gea, man.
You're overreacting.
Am I overreacting?
Yeah. He hasn't been as bad as you think. He has obviously had bad games, but he has improved since last season. Trust me, he has improved since last season.
But don't you think his level of standard before he got the contract is nowhere near what he is now?
I think that's obviously why Dean Henderson was brought in, to give him that competition. Because last season, when you have Romero as your number 2, you're not really going to have that level of competitiveness, I guess.
Listen, go on.
I'd still rather have De Gea over Leno, but that's just my opinion.
No, you're
bro. I feel like Leno gets such a bad end to the stick, bro. Like he literally makes one mistake. Like I feel like, in my opinion, I'm not saying it's Will, anyways, but I'm just saying in general, like he will have like very good quiet games. We have great games. He makes one. Like I'm not gonna lie to you, he makes like the times he does make mistakes, it's like madness mistakes, like mistakes that are just like, what were you thinking when you made the mistake? But when he makes that one mistake, which happens what twice a season maybe. Like when it happens, you're like he just instantly goes down the pecking order. Like these other 15 games where he was doing great performances just evaporates in my eyes.
But I don't think Leno. Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Leno awful? He's not awful. He's a good keeper, but I think he's heavily overrated.
Like he just played a very good game against Manchester United. Very good game. Like
2K, what happened against Wolves?
All right, but look, I'm gonna get to that. He plays a very a world-class game against Manchester United, right? He doesn't get no plaudits. Nope. We just don't talk
No,
about
then I
Lewin.
did. Then I did. Then I did.
Alright.
I see on social media people say he's the second best keeper in the league.
I've been saying that for a while.
World
But
class. I think you sold the wrong goalkeeper. I think Martinez is way better. If I'm being honest, more complete, better distribution.
I don't think distribution wise, but I can see where you're coming from.
Similar level of shot stopping. Leno is a good shot stopper.
Yes. I agree with that.
Listen, I want to get Sonny's thoughts on De Gea. Do you think he's finished and United should move on from him?
No, not a chance. Because what are people saying? Is the centre backs the problem, or is it the keeper? Because it changes every week. I think De Gea has been, like Will said, or Ibs, a lot better this season than last season. I think he's definitely improved. And well, let's be honest, how many mistakes has he made this season? He's not made that many mistakes.
I can remember maybe one or two, and a lot of the time it's not even his fault, but he gets the blame. Like it will be a defensive error, and he'll get the blame for it.
Listen, I want to pull up a comment from my guy Big Gunner. Go sub to him on YouTube. Listen, Ibs, there's been a lot of fans putting this statement here, and there's someone who's commented showing Jerry. He's been adamant that 21 is coming. After that draw, do you think it's a dream or reality?
I think after the draw, I'm back to reality. I've come back down from cloud 9. I'm back here. I'm back here. I think top 4, even coming second, I think that's good. We've improved from last season. Then we can take another step next year and see what happens. But yeah, that's what I think.
You know what? I think 21, not this year, 21 is coming in 2022. That's the most likely thing that's going to happen. Are we all forgetting that this is a half-built United?
No. This might be half-built, but it's a very good team. It's a very good team.
Apart from Fred, he's a fraud. Fred is a fraud.
But do you think a very good team is not good enough to win a title, though? I mean,
no, I never thought this United team was going to win the title. Going into this season, I was like, it's always top 4 for them. I don't even think the United fans truly, really felt that they're going to do that.
We've got a comment here from Gunner. Sonny, your keeper sold his soul.
I'm not getting too deep into keepers here, I'm just I'm relaxing a little bit because
listen, if we carry on with this Leno agenda, I think we have to let you go, mate.
Hey, man.
On to the next game, which was a dead game between two teams. One that teamed up his great football in West Brom, another of his disgusting football in Tottenham Hotspur. Because Tottenham Hotspur won 2-0 after goals from Harry Kane and Son Heung-min.
I know that hurt, Samuel. I know that hurt.
Listen, nothing hurts me about Tottenham. We all know an injured Harry Kane comes back to school, like Alex pointed out on the Football Terrace. Harry Kane's injured. Do you think it was a risk to bring back Kane this early? We'll start off with the Chelsea fan and Will. Did Kane come back too early?
I mean, probably, but when you've got a player of Kane's level, you've got to have him in that team. When he creates and he scores, like without Tottenham, they just look completely. Without Kane, that Tottenham team looks like they have no threat. They are finished without him, really. Because he's that good.
Yeah, he finishes and he creates. So
yeah.
But the thing is, they got to a Champions League final without Kane even playing a part that much.
That's because Ten Hag is a fraud and he bottled it.
And they had Eriksen at number 10.
Right, you can say that, but still, I mean, if they bring in some replacement, if they sell Harry Kane for, let's say, £100 million, £120 million, they can easily find another Eriksen or someone even better than him.
But then they won't have a real striker.
Listen, they could bring in that Troy Parrott that they've been hyping up. Listen, I've seen that video. Today. I'm not going to bring it up, but he's got to fix up.
I think Tottenham should have gone for Szoboszlai, if I'm being honest.
Oh my god, that would have been a great move for them as well.
Listen, this guy made 2K. He made so many comps to Szoboszlai, bro.
Nah, actually, I lied. He's not. He wouldn't be. The reason why I say he wouldn't be is because like Szoboszlai, like I had to do a lot of research.
Arsenal.
No, yeah, fact. But at the same time, Szoboszlai isn't a hardworking player, and I'm sorry, Jose Mourinho doesn't deal with non-hardworking players.
You weren't saying that before you signed him, though, were you?
I would have took him. That boy's magic. I would have took him, but I'm sorry. Like, if you look at it for the Premier League as well, like he's not hardworking. If you look at Arteta, you look at Mourinho, you look at these types of managers, Klopp, like you need to run through brick walls for them. And if you're not gonna do that, no matter how creative you are, you're not gonna play in their teams.
Listen,
I made a lot of videos on him though, a lot.
Let's go to someone who has two people who have first-hand experiences with Jose Mourinho. Let's see. One had good memories, one had bad memories. Let's go to one with the bad memories of Jose. Let's go to Ibs. Do you think Jose will win anything at Tottenham this season, or will Tottenham progress even further with Jose?
This season, nah, they won't win anything this season. In terms of progression, I think if you just give Jose what he wants, he can make the team. But they actually have to believe in Jose, and I feel that's something at United we didn't do, and that's the reason why he got sacked ultimately. So if Tottenham and the board actually believe in Jose, he can get results. But at the moment, no, they won't win anything this season.
Listen, everyone says when Jose's downfall is when he gets toxic. You were at United for how many years? I think 2018 that year is when you could see everything start to go down. Do you think Jose is going toxic now and the downfall has begun?
I mean, I think it's still too early at Tottenham. You can't just come in and expect to win something with that team. Like, they've won nothing. That team has literally won nothing. They haven't experienced what it's like to win. He needs to get that mentality into the team, and then we can see what happens next.
That team doesn't look like it would turn on him, though, because they're too nice before he came in, and then he's the one who changed them.
Listen, maybe changing them could be bad because they get too big for their boots, and maybe they'll turn on Jose. Listen, let's go to Will here. Will, you know you're a Chelsea fan. Do you want Jose Mourinho to stay beyond longer? Does it still hurt you that he's there?
No, I don't care if he's there. He's won what he won with Chelsea, and I'll always be thankful for that. So I'm not gonna be one of them Chelsea fans that turn on him. I think he will win something this season. I don't know if that will be the Europa League or the Carabao Cup, although the Carabao Cup is normally City's trophy. So I'll say I think he'll win the Europa League.
You think
go on, Sam.
Yeah, I think he will.
But you think he's going to win the Europa League? I mean, come on, mate. No.
Why can't he win the Europa League?
He has the team for it.
Listen, there's 3 more teams that are better than them. And listen,
Man United will get knocked out by Sociedad.
Could you imagine if it was an Arsenal versus Tottenham Europa League? Oh my God.
Listen, it's a 50-50. If we win it, it's going to be the best thing ever. But if we lose it,
you know what's weird though? Like, I feel as if, like, just harping up what Will was talking about, being one of those Chelsea fans. I feel like some of these Chelsea fans are like really ungrateful for what Jose Mourinho did. Like, as you look at it, I mean, yes, as an Arsenal fan, I go for that beautiful football. That's the reason why I fell in love with the club. But if you look at it from a Chelsea perspective, like what Jose Mourinho created at Chelsea is what Chelsea is as a club in terms of like how they're viewed in world football, in my opinion. Like that, like us against the world, that like war zone, like you know what I mean? That hatred football. Like you look at Chelsea, like people always just say like, oh, you bought it all in the beginning. Before City, it was always Chelsea. Like, you bought it all. You know, Roman Abramovich came to win the league every time, buying the league. And people sometimes didn't even try to discredit Chelsea, that it wasn't organically done. And you look at Jose Mourinho and you look at how his philosophy of football was as well, doing it completely different to most managers. I just feel as if, he was, in my opinion, he's Mr. Chelsea in terms of manager. So I don't understand the whole disrespect thing on the Chelsea side.
Yeah.
Let's go to Sonny here. What's your thoughts on Tottenham as of right now? You think they still got a chance of doing anything this season, finishing in the top 4 or even Europa League, like Will pointed out?
Top 4, yeah, but I think they would scrape it. And then I think what will really happen is half the Tottenham fan base will want him out, and the other half will want him in, because for me, they're winning a trophy this season, whether it's the Europa League or League Cup or both. They're going to win one of them, in my opinion. It might be both. I think they'll do that. And the Tottenham fans who want a trophy, which is all of them, as soon as he wins that, they're going to turn, oh, we love him now, we love him. And then 2 months later, once they go back to playing that football, when they literally can't win a trophy because it's too early in the season, they want him out again. That's just how football fans are.
Listen, there's some Tottenham fans that have said, even if he wins a trophy, they still want him out. Some said they'll take Harry Redknapp as interim manager.
Oh God, embarrassing.
That's not bad.
Harry Redknapp over Jose Mourinho, not for continuing.
No, that's bad. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Listen, Jose took a step down and going into Tottenham, to a small club like Tottenham. Listen, it's Jose Mourinho, one of the biggest names of football. He turned down other clubs to go to Tottenham. I mean, have some respect. Come on.
I mean, Jose Mourinho is always welcome back at Chelsea, no matter what. If it's after Tuchel, when he leaves Spurs, he can come back and do it, and then he can win another Premier League title with us.
Wait, you think Jose is gonna come back?
No, I don't think he will, but he's always welcome back.
So, after seeing him last time, just get him in when he's like 70 and above arrogant, so he's gonna be toxic every season. You know what? I don't mind that. You do you. Will. Alright, I'm gonna leave Liverpool game to last. I'm gonna go to Sheffield United against Chelsea. I'm gonna go to my guy Will. What did you make of the game on Sunday?
I thought we were okay. It wasn't anything special. I thought we were quite average until we scored the goal. I thought the goal was very well worked. But I just want to say to all the Chelsea fans getting on Kovacic and Jorginho, for apparently getting done by the press. Have you seen Kante versus Bayern Munich and Man City? Have you seen him? He gets destroyed by it. He gets absolutely destroyed. But because it's Kante, they can't criticize him.
Yeah, bro. It's too much. He has so much credit in the bank, so he can't be. What's the word? Criticized. Exactly.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
I got a question for Will here. If this was Frank Lampard, would you have won this game?
No.
I mean, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. I don't think we would have because the players obviously didn't want to play for him at all.
Listen, I know you hate Frank Lampard.
I don't hate Frank Lampard. Frank Lampard.
You don't like Frank Lampard, the manager?
Yeah, I don't like him as the manager.
You said you're going to bring Jose back. Listen, if Frank Lampard goes somewhere else, does it again, will he take him back or he's still not welcome?
Absolutely not. No, never.
Wait, how could you say I want Jose back? He's welcome anytime.
No, I didn't say I want Jose back. I said he's welcome back. If he did come back, I'd welcome him.
Listen, Jose was welcome back, and he left Chelsea, a team that won the title the season before, at 15th place, around there. Frank Lampard left you in a pretty good position. Listen, if
Lampard's won nothing. Lampard's biggest achievement is getting top 4 and getting to a final and getting outclassed by Arteta.
He's done nothing to. Yes, Lampard in terms of playing is Mr. Chelsea, but he's done nothing to really have that credit in the bank as a manager. Managing and playing are two different things. Chelsea fans really have no reason to have this like love for Frank Lampard in terms of what he's done for them managerially. So yes, they were right to be ready for him to be out the door.
I'm going to go to Ibs here. What did you think of Chelsea? Are you scared of him on the Tuchel now? Do you think
Chelsea, we'll go back to Frank Lampard. I think he was only going to go two ways at Chelsea. It's either he's going to be great, he's a club legend, he's going to be great, or they're just going to disrespect him and just kick him out. And now they have Tuchel. Obviously, it's changed. They started winning games. But he's not. I don't think he's there to last, Tuchel. So I think it's not. With Chelsea, they sack their managers like almost every 2 years. So it's not going to last. He's just going to be there, do his thing, and then leave.
Yeah, so, if he wins trophies, then get sacked. I don't care as long as we win trophies.
Listen, I got a question for Ibs here. Are you disappointed are you jealous that Chelsea got Tuchel? He could have been your manager if Ole was sacked.
I can't even complain, but I'm second. We're second at the moment. Ole is obviously doing something right. And obviously, so I can't complain at the moment. I can obviously say Tuchel might be a better manager. He got to the Champions League final, but he hasn't won the final. Obviously, he's won leagues with PSG, he's won cups.
But it's not that hard, is it? I could have won the league at PSG.
No, you wouldn't have.
Yeah, it's not the same. It's not. So Ole's actually doing a good job at Man U, I would say.
Listen, if you were naming Mbappe against nobodies, I would win it easily. Come on.
No, well, he never got backed. They gave him crap players. The best player he got was Icardi. Neymar was injured a lot. Verratti was injured a lot. Like, come on. Yeah. And he also he won a trophy with Dortmund as well. He was there 2 seasons, won one trophy. It's not the end of the world. It's decent. Highest win percentage in Dortmund history. Unbeaten in 2 years.
But no, that doesn't matter. Did he win the Bundesliga like Klopp did? Yes or no? Klopp won 2 Bundesliga.
Okay. I'm not comparing him. When did I bring up Klopp? Didn't bring up Klopp.
No, but you can't bring up the highest win percentage. Listen, he only won 1 trophy, so that 1 percentage doesn't mean a lot if you won 1 trophy. Fine. It's all about the truth.
It's all about the trophies. Oh, okay, it's all about the trophies. Okay.
It is.
That's all good until you start talking about certain other managers that some of your fans wanted, like Poch and Hassan Hutel. Poch has got a trophy now, but
yeah, it took us so long.
And I rate Poch as well, but I'm just saying if you're using that only,
you can't really count that because listen, they're gonna bottle it. Even the Jose's there right now, and they're gonna bottle it.
It's funny because Alex CFC in the chat says he got the Champions League final. That's his trophy, man.
Listen, I'm gonna go to Sonny here. Are you worried that Tuchel can overtake you as well? Because they're right behind your shoulder, Chelsea. I mean, they still got those tiny arena team. Shy Havertz in their team. Are you still? Do you still fear Chelsea?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, but not because of them, really, because of us. We've been pretty shit, haven't we? Chelsea. The things with Tuchel is they're getting over the line, but I'm not scared. Like, I don't think they play great football. I think they're winning games right now, but the football they play, I don't see how they're going to find very, very good consistency with it. I think right now, obviously, I think it's a little bit with just new tactics coming in, manager bounce. But Tuchel is obviously a great manager. He's proven, but I don't know if he's definitely not Chelsea long term anyway, in my opinion.
Do you see this as a Klopp thing at Liverpool as well with him and Tuchel? Because people said that
I think he's been given a 1.5-year contract for a reason, man.
Yeah, we're never gonna do this project bullshit.
Yeah,
It's
that'll
never
never
gonna be
happen
like
at
that.
Chelsea, bro. That's always
Yeah.
it's always going to be Chelsea's whole entire ethos, and the way they run as a club has been: you get results or you don't. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Even Frank Lampard was, in my opinion, people would say he was under pressure, but even when he was under the transfer ban, I think he still had the pressure of getting top 4 or you're gone. In my opinion, or maybe not gone, but you would have came into the next season with even under more immense pressure.
so I'm gonna go to Will here. Is Tuchel the next man to take Chelsea to the next level, just in the middle, for the next manager come and build this Chelsea team up, and the next manager wins Chelsea other trophies? Do you see him as that?
I think we'll win trophies with him. I don't know if it'll be the Premier League, but I can see us winning the FA Cup this season, and I can see us competing for silverware.
Compete in the Champions League maybe against Atletico?
I mean, well, I'm not gonna be too confident about that because Atletico are in great form. They've got Simeone, one of the best managers. So if we get past Atletico, then I can start to get gas. But until that happens, I'm just gonna take each game as it comes. You're not gonna try and get me gas. You're not gonna try and play devil's advocate and make me say some stupid things that I don't actually believe.
Yeah, like Indiana, bro.
Listen, Will, is it Jan Oblak trial against Chelsea in the Champions League?
I mean,
Is it
yeah,
his trial?
I don't think we'll go for a black. I think we need a top centre back, and I'm telling you now, if we go for the options that we're linked with at the moment, we won't win. We have no chance to win the Premier League with the centre backs we're linked to. Alaba, not even that good of a centre back. A lot better left back. A lot better in left back. You got Upamecano, who's mistake ridden. I don't really want to give him time. If I'm being honest, I'd rather have someone that's good.
But he's young though, Will. He's at 22.
Yeah,
He's still learning.
Yeah, and we should go for someone who's proven, who's around 26, 27.
Hang on, but you went for Didier Drogba in his first season. He didn't do that well.
That has nothing to do with Upamecano.
I mean, they're both really French. Well, I know Douglas Ivorian, but he was born and bred in France. Same way, different positions. I mean, he will mature into one of the best defenders in the world, surely.
I'm not convinced.
I'm gonna go to
good. He's an upgrade, but
I'm gonna go to my brother 2K here. Alright, 2K, you're gonna have to jump out and shout your stuff out, 2K.
Hey man, we growing hard on YouTube, bro. Almost 2,000 subscribers, bro. So we've just been growing. The American way, man. The American dream. So thanks everyone that had me on today. Big ups to Sunny, big ups to Ibs. Keep growing the YouTube. Big ups to Will. And Sam, keep doing your thing, man.
Appreciate it, bro. Big up to you. Everyone, 2K FIFA's replays right there. Go over to YouTube, best comps, Arsenal comps, mostly of Arsenal players being linked to Arsenal, they'll never play for Arsenal,
That would never touch the field for Arsenal, man.
Yeah, 100%. Listen, just go to 2K. You got any socials? Twitter, Instagram?
Yeah, bro. On Twitter, I mean, I made it like when I was like 5, but my Twitter is WR Shoot to Kill. So if you do want to go check the boy on Twitter, just literally just type of 2K FIFA Reaper. I mean, no one should have this name on Twitter. So I mean, you feel me? You can find me over there.
All right, big up to you, TK. See you soon.
All right,
peace. All right, I want to go with Chelsea. I'm going to start off with their final league position. I want to go to Ibs. Where are Chelsea going to finish this season?
Ooh. You know what I'll say? I'll say 4th. I think they could get into form. Obviously, this league, you only need to win a few games and you're back up. So I think they could potentially finish fourth. I'll
Is it a
say.
cup final repeat between you and Chelsea, like 2018? Do you see that?
FA Cup, yeah. I don't even. It depends the way it goes, but I think Man U should get to the FA Cup final.
I hope we
Should.
get you in the semi-final again.
We just need to get past that semi-final hurdle.
Listen, Ollie's failed in 4 semis. Maybe God knows how he is in the bedroom. I'm gonna go to Sonny here. Where are Chelsea gonna finish this season?
Fifth. They're finishing fifth because there's 4 teams in my opinion that will, or 5 teams in my opinion that could likely finish above them, which is Liverpool, City, Leicester, Tottenham, and Man
Arsenal?
United. Not Arsenal, no. So those 5 teams, I think 4 of them will finish above them. So fifth.
I'm gonna go to the Chelsea fan here. Will, where are you gonna finish the season?
Let's see. It's either I think we'll finish either 3rd or 4th, but I'm gonna go 4th. I think Leicester will drop out again, and I'm not gonna. And a lot of people are saying that Liverpool are going to drop out. As much as I like to make fun of Jurgen Klopp when he has tantrums in the press conferences or whatever, he is a good manager. He's a Champions League winning manager. So I'll probably say we'll get 4th.
Any trophy?
Manager too.
Yeah, I think we'll win the FA Cup.
Listen, Indiana, we're gonna go to Liverpool now, but Leicester Pool drop out, finish 5th. I can see it, and I will love it. You got Niall. Now Liverpool finished 6th this season, Chelsea 4th. Oh, Chelsea above Liverpool. But you know what? We're gonna move on to this weekend's big game. You know, I was deadly wrong on the wrong way around. I said the week before Liverpool 4, Man City 1, but it was City 4, Liverpool 1 at Anfield. Jurgen Klopp at Anfield lost 4-1 to Man City. First time since, let's say, 2003 they won at Anfield. I'm going to my man Sonny. What the hell happened?
Alisson happened, man. That's what it was. Alisson happened. When Salah got that equaliser, I was confident we could not lose that game. And then Alisson twice, and actually before that as well, he was shaky before that, and then he kicks it out. City win possession, they score, does it again, and the second time it was even worse, and then they score again. And at that point, it's 3-1. Phil Foden. I don't want to blame Alisson for that goal as well, but it's right above him. But it's a lot of power on that shot, to be fair. But this isn't me saying City didn't deserve it. I'm just saying Alisson, in my opinion, was the reason we lost 4-1. So,
would you say that's a 1 in 1,000 game from Alisson? Like, it's a rare occasion for him
1
to
in
do
100.
that. 1 in 100 game from Alisson. Listen. He has made some little mistakes, but you expect that for someone who plays that way as a goalkeeper. Ibs, a month ago, Liverpool, your main competitors, now they're behind you. What's going on at Liverpool?
I want to ask Sonny a quick question. Do you think, was it Alisson is suffering with nerves? What do you think it was?
I actually can't tell you. I genuinely don't know. The way he was playing that game, though, it was almost like an arrogance. So I'm not sure. I'm actually not sure. I don't know what he was doing. It made no sense.
Do you think the Liverpool players have, like, since winning the league, they feel like, oh, they're on top of the world? They feel like, oh, I mean, like, they have a sense of arrogance.
I wouldn't say arrogance, because I don't feel that Jurgen Klopp would let them. I think that when this whole bad run of form, but since Liverpool dropped off from that massive winning streak, was in March. It was really since that Atletico game. I think that this whole thing was coming anyway. Lockdown, in my opinion, just made it 10 times worse for them.
Will, what's going on at Liverpool, bro? I mean, is it Klopp? Is
really
it
really quickly? Back to Ibs' question. Sorry, Will. 3 centre backs are injured for the whole season. And I've seen a few tweets saying City got 1 injured last season. Everyone was saying this is why City have fell off. Liverpool have 3 starting centre backs injured for the whole season, and suddenly it's not that big of a deal. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, but again, Liverpool are a big club. You expect to recruit the type of player. I mean, they expect to recruit the type of players. I mean, that's what can be said. That's what you can say.
We have done now, but I completely agree. We should have brought in cover to be more prepared for this, but we weren't. So.
Yeah, now we want to Will. What's going on at Liverpool? Is it Klopp? Is it Alisson? Is it the whole team in general? What's going on?
Although although Alisson was bad against Man City, I think it's a little bit of a cover-up for Fabinho and Trent playing absolutely shocking as well. Trent got done so many times by Sterling. I think
I thought Trent had a good game.
he got done by Sterling, which then Fabinho fouled him for the penalty, and then he got done by Sterling again. Was it the first goal or second? It was Gundogan's goal.
For me, Trent overall, obviously the whole team fell off when Alisson done that thing. But up till that, I thought Sterling was in Trent's pocket. I genuinely did. I thought Trent had a.
I thought he did him for the. I thought he didn't he do. Foden did a 1-2 with him, and they just split you apart. They split you apart. And also, didn't you have 2 centre backs on the bench, which Klopp didn't play?
I think we had one. Kabak was on the bench, but Davies wasn't. And Sam, you put that Alex comment up where he says your attack is the problem. But we're playing midfielders in the defence, and our attack relies heavily on our midfielders. So if we're playing Fabinho, Henderson in the defence, that's a lot of creativity in the back line. That's all I'm saying.
And you need to with Liverpool as well. That midfield is so crucial. When I know a lot of people disrespect Henderson, I think he's I think he's a very good player, to be honest. I think he's heavily disrespected. Fabinho is one of the best defensive midfielders in the league for me. He probably is the best. So having him in centre back is a miss. And Thiago just doesn't suit the system. He just doesn't.
I don't know. I think if we bring Fabinho back into the midfield with Henderson, I think Thiago could play really well alongside them. I think we just need to play Thiago a little bit more forward because when he's back, I think he does slow down our play. But if he's forward, he literally has no option. If he's far forward, he cannot slow down the play.
Yeah, and I make fun of Thiago, but I'm not gonna judge him until Liverpool have centre backs playing centre back with their midfield, but back as well. So yeah.
But listen, I want to read a comment here. It's from Bagraph. It says, Liverpool's style is too energy intensive. If it was a normal season, that would have been fine. We've played 2 games a week since Klopp has a point.
But everyone plays 2 times a week. And didn't he play like a really strong team versus Villa's kids as well?
Well, yeah, he did as well.
We were rubbish in that game. We were. You've
got to criticise Klopp as well for his rotation
100%.
as well.
And his substitutions have been awful this season. Like really.
Didn't he play
bad.
Jota as well in a dead rubber and he got injured?
Yeah, he played Jota in a pointless game, but I wouldn't blame him for that really. I think, but then again, some of the stuff that Klopp says, he always talks about rest. So in that sense, I don't really understand why he played Jota in that game. But then if we're talking about momentum, I do understand it.
I feel like this same thing has been seen for Klopp. When he was at Dortmund, he won the league, the Bundesliga, and then he fell off with Dortmund. Are we seeing the same thing at the moment?
Yeah, and I'm not going to say I thought it would be this bad, but I sort of thought that maybe this could happen. I'm not going to say that I definitely saw this coming for definite, but I didn't think again it'll be this bad. But yeah, it does tend to happen with Klopp teams.
It was always going to get worse because at one point it couldn't get any better. Liverpool were winning every single game.
Listen, I just want to point something similar that what I believe. Which DP manager plays the same squad for 2 years and complains about injured players? I mean, he has a point. You know, all these players have been playing.
I'd put that more on the owners because I think Klopp does feel like he would love more squad depth. And I think that's why he always talks about Pep and Man City because I think he's sort of jealous in a way. I wouldn't put that on Klopp, but I get where he's coming from.
Right, you know what? Let's not take any credit away from Man City. I mean, they played absolutely brilliant. You know, Phil Foden finally living up to that name. Will, are you the biggest Foden fan? Because I'm not sure you are you?
No, I rate him highly. I think he's the best youngster in the Premier League, but I just don't entertain putting him on the level of Haaland or Mbappe.
No.
Oh my goodness!
Not a chance.
I thought we were going to say Mason Mount for a second.
Oh no! And by the way, everyone always likes to say about how Foden's better than Havertz. I couldn't care less, honestly. If I was the Chelsea manager, Havertz wouldn't be starting it as well. So that's what I've got to say.
Ib, let's go to a Man United fan here, and Ibs, bro, City are banging right now. You know, they're playing peak form like they did a couple of years ago. Do you think you can catch them up this season, or they're just too good?
I think they're gone. Literally, they win their game in hand. It's 8 points. I think that's such a steep hill to climb. And as you said, Foden, I think he's got his ticket into Euros. He's on the flight. He's definitely in the squad. This guy.
Would you start him?
I
Maybe.
tell you, what, I wouldn't put it past Southgate. Actually, I was just thinking.
Would he start? I don't think he would start in the England team, but he's definitely going to be competing. He's definitely going to be pushing into that first team.
Yeah, and addressing that comment from Lambs, that's completely true. And based off of form, I wouldn't start Havertz for Chelsea anyway. I think I'd probably play Mount over him.
You know what? Mount over Havertz. I mean, listen.
At the moment, I'm not saying
you just
Mount's a
can't
better
find a
player.
place to put him in. Havertz, can you?
Yeah, and I think I have a feeling that we're going to play Havertz up front with Werner as a 2.
Listen, let's go to Sonny here. I mean, City just showed their class. Even not the De Bruyne, he's out injured, and they just absolutely done you. What's different from the City team than the one from last season?
They found a solid defense, because if you look at it on paper their defense is good. Now left back, you could argue it's not great. Sinchenko, who I don't rate, but right back João Cancelo, who's been probably the best right back in Europe this season, I want to say.
Underrated.
Centre back Ruben Diaz, who's definitely been one of the centre backs of the year or season, and then John Stones, who in my opinion has always been a good centre back.
Yes.
But now we've finally got Ruben Diaz next to him. John Stones can play at his best game. Because Otamendi and John Stones, they both make the same mistakes. So when we've seen Otamendi and John Stones play next to each other, that was never really going to work long term. But now with Ruben Diaz, you see him as a captain as well. I mean, do you see what he's done to Zinchenko? The guy moves him by his head.
He's the perfect company replacement that they've wanted.
Yeah.
And may I just add something to John Stones? I got laughed at by Chelsea fans when I said if we get an alpha centre back, we should play John Stones alongside him. He's so talented. He's a very good defender, John Stones. And I'm glad. Yeah. Well, I'm not glad because they've got a solid partnership now. But if you take I'm not saying we're really rivals in Man City, but if you take rivalry away, it's nice to see him playing well again.
So I just got one more question to add. It's about Laporte. Do you think he's going to go Man United, Ibs? Because you know
Laporte?
What? Yeah, he'll be a good fit there.
Nah, we're not getting him from. No way.
Laporte likes Man City, man.
No way.
He loves Man City.
Laporte's welcome at Chelsea anytime.
Will, are you delighted that Guardiola's turned everything around? You know what? I was down Guardiola. I think he was finished, but you know what? He's turned it around. Does this solidify his status even more? That he's
yes, but I'm not happy that he's doing it because I want Chelsea to win the league. But out of all the teams that are challenging, I'd rather City win it than United or Liverpool.
Not
everyone hates United. Everyone's against us, but our time will come soon.
Hopefully not. But I want to respond to this comment from Hassan here. Look at Hassan. I wanted to call you up, but Mount not being good enough for a top 4 team. He's proven in the last 2 months. But then again, he did get his daddy's manager to get sacked.
May I just add something to that? Yeah, Mount's been good, but I get where Samuel's coming from. As in, if we can get Havertz and Werner into form, and even like Pulisic or ZH, Mount will not start week in week out. If we can get our signings to play well, but at the moment Mount's doing the job, so there's no point me criticizing him.
Mount is so consistent though for his age. He can only get better.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
I just want to go into our final topic. We don't normally talk about this, but in a Fulham West Ham game, Mike Dean is out again, 97th minute. No need for a red card. He wants to be star of the show again. Just a little elbow, gives a red card. I mean, the title proceedings, refs under the hammer. What do we do with refs like Mike Dean? Let's go to Ibs first. What should we do with these refs?
The thing is, it's obviously not the first time this stuff has been happening. I think with refs, I haven't really seen where a ref has been suspended for a few games or something. There's no disciplinary action that can be taken necessarily against a ref. So I think they can continue to do those things and obviously be the star show. And then what's the point in VAR if that's going to happen?
There has been people saying that the English referees are so bad that we may have to get rid of VAR because they have no clue how to use it. Do you think we should really...
Do you know why? Do you know why? Because the payment structure in the Premier League to the referees is different into other countries. I did a bit of research on it, and I saw this thread, and it was in European leagues they get paid performance based and per game, whereas in the Premier League they get a fixed payment, like a yearly wage, and they also get money per game as well. So like they're gonna get paid max of what they can get, even if they're doing a shit job. Whereas in other leagues, they can find the money out of their wages. I think that could be a reason.
Listen, I just thought this is a great idea from Bagra. Send the refs the championship for a month. You know what? I'll take the Women's Super League refs for a month. Well, there you go. Let's go to Sonny here. What should we do with these dead referees in the Prem?
I don't even know, man, because I feel you even bring in new referees. I don't see where it changes. I just think it's the type of football played. I just think it's the atmosphere. Obviously, there's no atmosphere right now, but you'll be used to it at some point, won't you? I don't know where it changes. I actually don't know where it changes.
Okay, one more thing. The final thing, just a quick fire question. Will relegate referees, yes or no?
Would you say sorry?
Relegate referees.
No.
Right. Alright, so no. Ibs, relegate referees, yes or no?
No, it won't solve it.
Sonny, relegate referees.
It won't solve it. They are in the league for a reason. They might be bad, but
They just need to change how they pay them, and maybe they'll do their job.
Listen, okay, one more thing. It's the most controversial topic. VAR, keep yes or no. We're gonna go again. Will keep VAR, yes or no?
Yes.
Alright. Ibs, keep VAR, yes or no?
Yes, slightly. Yes.
Slightly, okay. Sonny, keep refs, yes or no?
keep refs or VAR.
I mean VAR.
VAR.
I don't have VAR referee in the game, but
I'd say no, because it'd just be so entertaining seeing the wrong decisions, and you would see wrong decisions, but at least the celebrations would be unreal, and they can't be stopped then. So
listen, we're gonna wrap it up here. You know, it's been a great show, great talking points. But we're gonna do everyone shout your stuff out. Let's go to Will. Where can we find you?
You can follow me at Will_CFC_, and I'm on Kai's channel as well. So you can follow at KHNoFilter on Twitter.
Alright, Sonny, where can we find you on socials and YouTube?
on Twitter, LFC Sonny and FTBL Addiction, Instagram, LFC Sonny, and YouTube, The Football Addiction.
Alright, big up, great content, bro. Great content. We're gonna move on to our guest Ibs. Where can we find you, bro?
Yeah, on Instagram and Twitter it's at _IBZ7_, and YouTube is All Things Football.
Listen, everyone, just go sub to all their channels, bro. Up and coming scenes in the YouTube game. I'm just gonna move out. Listen, you can find me here, Samuel 4002 AFC on Twitter and EGTV at Gal. But you know what's a wrap up? You know, City, they're walking away with the title. Liverpool going to the Europa League, yes or no? We just have to wait and see. It's been a great season, a great weekend of football. We'll see you next week, guys. Peace.